I'm a big believer in reiterating and routines and goat tracks and positive affirmation like that. I use the wisdom of A.A. Milne all the time. Every day before my kids would go off to school or preschool or whatever, I would say to them, you're stronger than you seem, braver than you believe, and smarter than you think. Hands up if you can remember life before kids. Lying in bed on a Sunday, drinks with friends, exercising without a pram, movies, in a cinema. I can't believe that I don't know 5 different languages and how to Zumba. Seriously. What did I do with all my spare time? Kids have an amazing way of taking up every single little bit of space, don't they? Every skerrick of your time, your brain, your physicality, everything, they fill it. My mum's always told me that the greatest gifts that kids will give you is the gift of selflessness. And she's right. Life is short. Eat chocolate for breakfast. I don't mean this literally, except that I kind of do. What I mean is that when children say, can I have chocolate for breakfast, they're not actually...
Sometimes, it's okay.
Sometimes, as sometimes food, they do it because it just is different to toast and because it feels good. I think, in those rare moments that I actually do on Easter morning, have chocolate for breakfast. I allow myself. I still go through the tug of war of it. Oh no, we shouldn't be doing it. It should be Wheat Bix. Oh, but go on, it's Easter. You should just have the chocolate. I do eventually have the chocolate for breakfast melted on a hot cross bun. I'm sorry. But it feels great because it's spontaneous. And that's what kids are like all the time. They're spontaneous. They live in that space. And eating chocolate for breakfast is a figurative reminder to try new things. Think about kids in the playground, on the ski slopes, in the shopping centre, with a stick. That little face when it climbs up the slippery slide for the first time, it's like, wow, as it goes down. We don't do that as adults enough. Cry it out. It's good to let emotions go. Children are brilliant processors of emotion, aren't they? When they're upset or when they feel, they articulate it. They cry, they stamp their feet, they flay their fists, and then they just let it go. It's like they pick it up, scrumple it up, and hurl it away. As adults, oh no, we don't do that. We want to cry. What do? We don't. We hold it in. What happens when we hold the tears in? We create baggage. And then you're a Sherpa, walking around with a mountain of regret on your shoulders. Get your hands dirty because it feels good. Now, recently I changed jobs. I went from running about 4 magazines with about 100 staff, maybe more, to opening my own website with a staff of 1 who just happened to be me. So I had to roll my sleeves up. And get my hands really dirty. I found that I absolutely loved it. Loved what? Being in the moment. Kids are like that the whole time, with their stick, with their orange. They love the ones they're with. Time, no meaning. They're in the process. And as adults, we don't allow ourselves to enough. Pats are powerful. Don't be afraid to ask for one. Now, touch is innate to us as parents, and patting is what we do. They fall over, we pat them. When they're little babies, we rock them and pat, 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 pat. So recently, I fell over. It was a massive, spectacular fall. Groceries everywhere. I grazed my knee. I hurt my elbow. Spilt milk. Disaster. I just sat there and I sobbed and I sobbed and I sobbed. I was inconsolable. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, I felt these 2 little hands on my head, and it was my girls. And I was like, that's the most awesome thing that has ever happened to me. Pats are powerful people. Make mistakes because they're all part of the journey. When kids don't do brilliantly in a test, what do we tell them? As long as you tried your best. How often do you apply that same measure to yourself? I think mothers, we spend our whole time suffocated by guilt, worrying from the womb, every second of the day, that we forget in teaching our kids exactly what I just said, that we deserve that same advice too, because guess what? It doesn't end at 18. I'm an ex-magazine editor and a mother of 2 girls. So everything that Joanna spoke about, and particularly body image in the media, I'm really aware of. And I tried always to have images that were varied, and I never retouched models and made them super skinny. It's one thing that I can say hand on my heart I didn't do, which I'm proud of. But I've been very aware with everything around me of my girls and how I'm going to actually navigate that terrain. So when I found out, when I had my first daughter and I knew that I was a girl, I thought, I've got to moderate my own behaviour here, because I'm not going to lie, I stand in front of the mirror plenty of days and go, my bum looks big in this. What we know is that you can tell your daughter that she is beautiful, smart, intelligent, can rule the world. But if she sees you standing in front of the mirror going, my bum looks big in this, guess what? That's what she takes away. So actually modelling your own behaviour is very important. So one of the things I did was I changed the word fat to pink. So I have stood in front of the mirror and gone, I look really, really pink today, or I look really, really pink in this. And I can tell you, and I guarantee you, your children, they've said to me, Mummy, what's pink? What's pink? They're watching me, and I've said to them, pink means awesome. And so now they are, this beanie is totally pink. It's really, really, really important to model the way you are. It's fundamental that, it's the oldest saying, we all know it. Actions speak louder than words. Just really be aware of modelling yourself, and that's one of the best things that you can do for your kids. Now, I want to end on a quote that I love by Bishop Desmond Tutu, who said, children are a wonderful gift. They have an extraordinary capacity to see into the heart of things and to expose sham and humbug for what they are. And he's right. Children can be amazing spiritual teachers. We've got these little Buddhas in our own home. We just have to let them. So thank you so much.